My name's Mark Lavelle and welcome to the Daryl Legacy line. If you're unfamiliar with Daryl, he is known as the magician's magician and he is an inspiration to many of us performers out there. Most of us grew up using his magic in the early days and a lot of products out there today stand on this guy's shoulders. My name's Mark Lavelle and thank you for purchasing Ultra Monte from the Daryl Legacy line. You guys are going to love this. So let's look at what you will have received in your Ultra Monte box. First of all, you'll have your written instructions from the original Ultra Monte. Feel free to have a browse. You'll also receive 3 gimmicked cards, or 2 gimmick cards and a regular ace of hearts, all on rider back currently. So you've got a misindexed ace of spades with the ace of diamonds on the other pip, and you have a misindexed ace of diamonds with the ace of spades on the other pip. Let's get into the performances. So I'm going to try and show you something with 3 cards. We've got 2 red aces and the ace of spades. The objective is to keep your eye on the ace of spades. If I was to mix them up like this, it is unfair because you don't see where the ace goes. But for argument's sake, George, if you were to guess, where would you say that ace of spades is?
In the middle.
It's actually at the bottom. But I can leave it on the table here and just use the 2 red aces and shuffle those up and maybe put those down here. If you were to guess where the ace of spades is, where would you say?
In the middle.
What if I do this?
Still in the middle.
I tried to help you out there. The ace of spades is over here, the ace of hearts is over here, which leaves the ace of diamonds over here. One last time, I'm going to try and fool you and make it a little bit easier. In fact, we'll maybe just put one of the red aces down. You've just got to keep your eye on the ace of spades. If I go like this, where would you say it is? Left or right?
Left.
My left, that's the ace of hearts. In fact, on the right is the ace of diamonds, which does leave on the table that ace of spades. So that was the performance. Let's get into the handling and the setup. So with your 3 cards, you've got the misindexed ace of diamonds with the ace of spades pip, and the misindexed ace of spades with the ace of diamonds, and the regular ace of hearts. So you can freely display these. If you haven't got a table, that's fine. You can still do it in the hands. And I like to add just a little bit of a joke in there that you've got to keep your eye on the ace of spades, but I'm going to give myself an advantage where I can see it and you can't. And all I'm doing is basically shuffling the cards back into the same order. Okay, so I'm going to end up like this: misindex, misindex, regular. I'm then going to put them into my hand, drop them down as I speak to the audience and say, for argument's sake, where would you say that ace of spades is? As you pick those cards up, that orientates the cards so the misindexed pips are showing. Okay, so no matter what they say, they can say top, middle, bottom, or left, right. You're just going to say no, it's actually there. We're going to make it easier if they want to put their hand out. And you're going to do a classic Monte move, but not as a Monte move here. So usually the Monte move is you're handing out the card that they think is on top, but you're actually handing out the bottom card. You're actually going to do the Monte move as an actual pass out. So you are handing out this top card. So you turn your hand over and just slide that card over, or onto the hand or onto the table. You can show that you've still got these 2 cards left and they've got the misindexed. That goes down, and with the other 2 cards, you can shuffle them up and drop them onto the table. Keep your eye on where your actual ace of spades is, and then ask where they think it is. They're going to say that they think it's there. You can do something silly here. You can rotate them. You can get them to change places. Say, oh no, I was actually trying to help you out. The ace of spades is over here. And the ace of hearts is here. And of course, the ace of diamonds is here. So when you're picking the cards up, what I've done to this pack is I have done a small, tiny little red Sharpie mark, I don't know if the camera can pick that up, on the false index corners of both of these 2 cards. So you need to make sure you pick up the card at that index to hide it with your thumb. Like so. If you pick it up like this, not so good. Or like this, just looks weird. Okay, so make sure you pick it up at the misindex corner to cover it with your thumb. It does look kind of normal how you'd turn a card over anyway, so it does look natural. Same with the ace of spades one, you turn it over there. So you're in this position where you've got the 2 misindexed cards there and the regular ace of hearts here. I do try and favour this side. Sometimes I have done it before where I've ended it up on the other side. It's not a problem. The handlings are the same. So you turn your ace of spades over, then I usually use that to turn over the ace of hearts. Pop the ace of hearts on top, which gives you a free hand here, and it covers that pip. And then use your hand to turn over that. It is kind of a right-handed turn. Left-handed people, you may have to alternate your handling a little bit and maybe pick it up like this. But for right-handed, I think it looks a bit more natural for me. But yeah, left-handed people can still pick it up. Just make sure you cover that pip. So you're in this position. Know the ace of diamonds is here. And then you need to be in a position where the ace of diamonds gets sandwiched between them. And I'll tell you why in a second. So I take this back. I put the ace of diamonds into the middle here. And then you've got two choices. You can either give it a shuffle again, a false shuffle, so you end up in the exact same position. Or you can, if you want to use a bit of time misdirection, you can square the cards up, drop them into your hand and say, oh, we're going to try it one more time, but this time we're going to get rid of one of the red cards. So you're actually in the position where the ace of spades is on top. Okay, so you're doing this exact same Monte move, sliding off that top card, which leaves you with the ace of spades and hearts here. Now, there's a few situations that can happen from this point onwards. You can just say, oh, I'm just going to get rid of one of the cards, make it easier for you, and give these a mix-up. What I try and do, I'm just going to expose it to the camera, so I'd be in this position. So after you've shown the audience, you're going to give it a bit of a mix-up. Now, it is a good idea to orientate the cards in this, from this position so that they're at the bottom there. I usually do this as I talk to people. I just square them up, point at someone and say, where would you think it is? Do you think it's in my left or right hand? What about now? And you're going to try and end up in a position where your thumb is covering that misindexed pip. Okay, so then you're pretty clear sailing. If they say they think it's in your right hand, you go, no, that's a red ace, that's a red ace. In fact, they're both red aces. And then you draw attention that the ace of spades is back on the table. And that is the basic handling for Ultra Monte.
Oh man, here it is, Ultra Monte. By the way, I should mention it will not be the quickness of the hands that deceives the eyes. I'll do it very slowly. It's a little game with 3 cards, a little game from Hanky Poo, the red for me, the black for you. Hi diddle diddle, it's the one in the middle. All you've got to do is watch the cards very closely. We have a red ace, a black ace, that's the winner card, and the other red ace. Now the mystery is very simple. Normally how it's done is the cards are mixed up and your job is to keep track of the black ace. Well, the way I do it, it's even easier. I don't even mix the cards. You see the black ace is clearly on the bottom, which means if I turn them over, of course, it's on the top. I haven't cheated yet. It's coming up. Watch the black ace. I'll lay it on the table right there. The other 2 here. The black ace is definitely here unless I do the secret move, which is this. An amazing thing happens. The black ace is gone from where it used to be. It didn't jump to the other side. Actually, what happened is it jumped to the middle. Now, if you missed it, don't worry about it. I'll do it again. In fact, this time to make it even more fair, I'm going to lay the black ace down on the table first, so there's no question to where it is. To make it easier, I'm going to put one red ace on one side, the other red ace on the other side. It's definitely in the middle until I do the secret move. That's it. So now the black ace is no longer where you think it is. In fact, it's not over on this side. This time, I snuck it down here. Now you realize, of course, you can keep doing this over and over again. You will never win at this game, unless, of course, I want you to, which I don't. But to make it even easier, I say I'm going to play a little game of 2-card Monte instead of 3-card Monte. I will eliminate one of the losing cards. So all you have to do now is watch the black ace out of 2 cards. I'll put the black ace in my left hand, the red ace, the losing card, in the right hand, and I'll switch, then switch them again, but then I do the secret move. That was it. So now the black ace is not here. It's not here. When you weren't looking, I put it down on the table, and that's all there is to it. 3-card Monte. These are not as ordinary as they appear to be. It looks like just 2 regular red aces, 1 regular ace of spades. Actually, the only ordinary card is the ace of hearts. The other 2 cards are what we like to call special. We have an ace of spades with an ace of diamonds index corner, an ace of diamonds with an ace of spades index corner. As long as you keep those fake index corners hidden, they look perfectly normal. Now, the first thing you want to do is display the cards. The opening display is to fan the cards out like this. Now don't forget, originally the ace of hearts was pointing towards yourself, which means the fake index corners are towards yourself. Turn them face down like the page of a book. Then you can do a wide spread this way. Take the bottom card with the left hand at the corner and just give it a quick flash. Say there's the red ace, the ace of hearts, the second ace, the ace of spades, and the other red ace, the ace of diamonds. So that's a very clean display of the cards. After displaying the cards, you always shuffle them in exactly the same way. Pick them up and you do a quick overhand shuffle twice. Actually, all you do is you run the first card, the second card, and the third card. Regrip, do the exact same thing a second time. Run the first card, the second card, the third card. That puts all 3 cards back in the original order. It's equivalent to holding 3 cards like this and dealing them one at a time onto the table, picking them up, and dealing them a second time in the same way. So you shuffle them, you unshuffle them. That puts them back in the same order. Anytime you do a quick overhand shuffle sequence with the cards, that's exactly what you do. The next thing you do is after you shuffle the cards twice is you do a tight spread. You turn the cards face up, end for end. That's important. So they're face down, you've done the shuffle, you turn them up end for end. Now the pointer card is pointing away from you, so you do a tight spread. Make sure it's a very tight spread. If you go too far on either of the cards, you can expose something you don't want the audience to see. So remember, after the shuffle, turn them face up end for end, do a very tight spread. Next, what you're going to do is turn the entire spread face down, but leave them spread out like this so the audience can see the money card, in this case the ace of spades, is on the bottom of the face-up packet. When you turn everything face down, in theory, it should be the top card of the face-down packet. Spread the cards out like this. Everybody should think that the money card is here. Actually, don't forget that was the gimmick. So you say, I do a little mumbo-jumbo, a little misdirection. What you're going to do is turn the cards face up one at a time to show that the position of the ace of spades has changed. First, pick up the card the audience believes to be the ace of spades, exactly like this. Press down on the right side. That will lever the card up a little bit on the left side. So you can reach under with your thumb, snap the card face up. Your thumb hides the fake index corner. So it looks like you just flip it over and it's the ace of diamonds. Now you could put it face down like this, but that would be very awkward. So here's a little something Michael Skinner does. You show it and then you just flip it face down. This takes a little bit of practice, but not really much. Your index finger just lifts up on the card as you let go with your thumb and it flips face down. In exactly the same way, you show, well, it's not on the other side either. That's not it. It's in the middle. Show the cards in the middle, flip it face down. You're ready for the next phase of the routine. The scooping up of the cards is always done exactly the same way. You take the right-hand card, you scoop up the middle card, and the left-hand card is levered up like this, so that goes on top of everything. That's exactly how you scoop up the cards. And like before, when you do the shuffle, it's always the overhand shuffle once, the overhand shuffle twice, and like before, you turn the cards over end for end, and just like before, you do a tight spread. The second phase of the routine is to apparently put the ace of spades down onto the table first. What you do, because this is a tight spread, remember, those are the gimmicked ends. So when you pretend to put the ace of spades face down, you're actually really putting down the ace of diamonds with the ace of spades fake corner. So all you do is you grab it, turn it face down, show the 2 red aces like this to the audience. In the same way, you turn the ace of diamonds face down and place it on one side of apparently the ace of spades, the other red ace on the other side. Everybody will be sure that the ace of spades is in the middle. Here you do your secret magic, that's the misdirection. And just for variety, you show the cards in a slightly different way. You could turn them over as you did before, but just to be different, here's what I do. I say it should be in the middle, pick it up like this with your right hand, cover the fake corner with your left hand, then with your left hand, turn the card over and snap it. Say, nope, it's not where you thought it was. In fact, it's not even on this side. Pick that up in the same way. And then finally, you pick up this card here. You say, yep, it's right there, the ace of spades. Turn it face down, and you're ready for the next phase. As always, when you pick up the cards from the table, you scoop them up. The right card goes under the middle card, which goes underneath the top card like this, the left card. Gather them up, do the exact same shuffle sequence, overhand shuffle once, overhand shuffle twice. As always, turn the cards face up end for end. And now you're ready for the big finish. The big finish is this. Do a tight fan, and this time, because the way you pick them up, the ace of spades is apparently in the middle. You say, rather than play with 3 cards, let's make it very easy. I will eliminate one of the losing cards, one of the red aces, pretend to put the ace of diamonds face down on the table. Actually, of course, that's the ace of spades with the fake ace of diamonds corner. You go like this, then you show these cards. So the audience believes the ace of diamonds has been eliminated. All you've got now is the ace of hearts and the ace of spades. You turn the ace of spades face down, place it into the left hand, just like this, so you're hiding the fake corner. You show the ace of hearts one last time and hold it here. Now I do a mix, a switch, and then a second time, maybe you switch, you don't know, but actually you do switch. And then you say, where's the black ace? Show the left-hand card first, it's apparently not there. Don't forget you're hiding the fake corner. You say, nope, it's not there, it's not here. In fact, when you weren't looking, put this card on top of the other card, fan them to the right now, show that it's on the table, turn these 2 cards over, and you've got a lovely finish. To reset the routine, all you've got to do is place the ace of spades into the middle of the other 2 cards, which is very simple. Just go like this. I usually flip them face up, put them back into the wallet or the envelope face up so I can see from the pointer card, and I'm all ready to start again. And that is a very clean, simple, and direct handling for the Ultra Monte.
So I just wanted to talk through an additional handling that we've been playing around with, and that's making one slight alteration to the cards that are provided. So typically you get your ace of diamonds with the misindex ace of spades, you get your ace of spades with the ace of diamonds on the end here, and you get your ace of hearts. Okay, this is to show that you can take these cards out of a regular packet, so you can do your normal card routines and then take these out and then go into it. But if you make one little alteration and get rid of that ace of hearts and switch it for another ace of diamonds, you can then turn this into a bit of a packet trick. So you can do all your routines as normal, and you just need to say the red aces and the ace of spades. And then for the finale part, when you're in this position with the ace on the table and you've got your 2 aces up here, they say which one's which, you get a different version that you can end with. So if, for example, George, where would you say the ace of spades is?
Left hand.
My left hand, that's an ace of diamonds. In fact, we'll make it a little bit easier. We'll get rid of that. George, where would you say the ace of spades is?
The one in your hand.
No, that's also an ace of diamonds, so we'll get rid of that. And that obviously leaves the ace of spades on the table here. So it gives you a freedom to narrow it down and end with one card. Another alternate, if you want to add a second phase, or a third phase rather, to the routine. So you're in this position here, we've got a red ace here, we've got a red ace here, and of course the ace of spades is on the table. One thing you can do from this point is actually load the ace of spades in as you bring your hand up, which then leaves you with 3 red aces. So just to show that as an exposed view. So you've picked up your ace of spades. I typically load it into the middle as I bring my hand up, square everything up, and then one more time you can shuffle it and say, where would you say that ace of spades is? And they'll say top, middle, bottom, whatever. You go, no, they're actually all the ace of diamonds, because in my pocket is the ace of spades, and that can be handed out. And that's another good kicker ending. You can get rid of these red aces and just leave the ace of spades, which is the focal point of the routine anyway. One more time real quick. So you picked up the ace of spades. You can either load it into the middle or the back. I typically load it into the middle just so I've got a bit more friction to hold it. Load it in, straight to the bottom there, straight into the pack. And then I shuffle these so that it is at the bottom. The reason being is it just gives me a little bit more freedom to show that second ace down. And that's just an additional handling for Ultra Monte. So that's Ultra Monte. As with any Monte routine, there is a lot of room for improvisation and jazzing it, so do play with it, make it your own. And this is perfect for when a spectator comes up to you and says, hey, I wouldn't want to play cards with you. This is something that you might want to pull out of the bag and just throw it right in their faces. So be sure to have a lot of fun with this, and do check out the rest of the products from the Daryl Legacy line. My name is Mark Lavelle, and thank you very much.